Well, for more on this now, we're going to talk to Maree McCabe. She joins us from Amsterdam. She is the CEO of Dementia Australia and is currently in Amsterdam attending the Alzheimer's Association International Conference. Thanks very much for being with us. So presumably this is welcome news for your organization. A lot of people calling this a potential game changer. Is that what you believe?
Absolutely. It is a very exciting time and it adds to the growing range of therapeutic options for people. It increases patient choice, and the research highlights the need to ensure that healthcare services are equipped to deliver the intervention, as well as make sure treatment is equitable and it's available to everyone. And the earlier that we can diagnose, the earlier we can treat, the better the outcomes.
And this is still very much in the early stages as far as this drug. How long do you think before this is going to be made widely available to patients?
Look, I know yesterday from the discussion at the conference that donanemab will go before the FDA in the United States. Once it's approved there, then I think it will then go to other countries, and to there in Australia, it's the Therapeutic Goods Administration. So probably a couple of years before it's available more broadly.
And in what way could this provide a spark to further advances, do you think?
Look, I think that it's really exciting because what we finally have is hope for people living with Alzheimer's disease. And I know that there have been some pharmaceutical companies that have withdrawn their research into Alzheimer's and dementia drugs. And I think this will inspire further research across the globe. And every time that we develop something, we get that little bit closer. And for people living with dementia, this really does provide hope.
And talk to us a little bit about, I know that there isn't a whole lot we know about what this drug does at this point, but based on what is known, in what ways does this slow down the onset of Alzheimer's disease for patients?
The way that the drug works is that it binds to proteins and it clears amyloid from the brain. And what that does is it actually slows down the progression of symptoms. And we know that Alzheimer's disease is progressive. We know that it is, in Australia, it's the second leading cause of death and the leading cause of death of women. And I think it's really important that finally we have a drug that really will give people the opportunity to live well for longer with Alzheimer's disease. And again, it's available to people who are in the early stages of Alzheimer's disease or mild cognitive impairment.
And just talk to us, because perhaps a lot of people may not be familiar with Alzheimer's itself and the effect that has on a person in terms of their cognitive ability and the knock-on effect that has on their families as well.
It has a huge impact, and the characteristic feature of Alzheimer's disease is short-term memory loss in the earlier stages. But certainly as it progresses, it affects and it inhibits things like it can impair mood, it can impair people's ability, their mobility. It has life-limiting impacts everywhere, and day-to-day things that people were once very adept at doing, they're no longer able to do. It might be finding their way in familiar areas, it might be managing money, it might be being able to take care of their own daily needs. And as the condition progresses, they will lose further function. And it really is very concerning. And the opportunity for people to live well longer has a huge impact, not only on them, but on their families and their carers, and their ability to continue to participate in their community with the people they love, doing the things they love.
Yeah, it certainly is positive news all around, and we look forward to hearing more about how it progresses. Appreciate your time, Maree McCabe, joining us there from Amsterdam. Thank you.